Hey everyone, George with the Art of Water. Welcome back. I just was going to give you a tank update here on a tank that I have not really talked about in a while here. This is my Barbs tank here, pretty much some cherry barbs and some green tiger barbs in here. I do also have just temporarily in here one small dwarf honeygrommy that got sort of displaced from another tank that I had. As you can see, he just went by on there, but that is a very temporary thing here. One of the problems I'm running into is this is just a 20-gallon tank, and these fish are getting a little big. I've got six of the cherry barbs in here and six of the tiger barbs, and of course a couple of autocinclids just to sort of keep algae down, or at least algae that I care about, um, or don't want in my tank, I should say. I do have a little algae, as you can see on this, right, this nice green algae growing up there. I actually love that to grow on the wood. It just adds a little something instead of gluing things onto your wood and whatever. If you've got the right lighting, and I do in this particular tank, I just don't have any algae issues on the rocks or anywhere else that create a problem for me. But I do like the algae that's on that particular piece of wood. It doesn't grow anywhere else in the tank. It just seems to like that one particular piece of wood. Anyways, these fish are getting a little bit too big for this tank. They have grown probably 3 times their size since I've put them in here. So what I'm going to probably be doing in the next week or so is capturing these guys, rescaping this tank, and putting the same type of fish in here, 6 of each. Just getting some of the smaller ones now that these guys have gotten bigger. Just get some smaller versions of the same fish and put them in here. I may not re-landscape the complete tank because this tank is so well laid out and pretty that I really just sort of enjoy it the way it is. The only other thing I would like to add eventually to it is some more carpeting plants down in the front. When I drain this tank and take these fish out and put new ones in, maybe that will be a time to sort of add some more carpeting plants in the front here. But other than that, the plants that I do have in here is Petite Nana. I've got some crypts in here. I do have some green cardinal in the back there, or maybe red, and it just isn't reddened up. I'm not sure, but either way, it's a tank that's been doing very well. The crypts that are in here have just done fantastic. They really, really seem to just thrive in here in the conditions of the light that I have. These are very moderate plants. They don't require a ton of light, and having the type of system that I do have on here, it has just worked out really, really well. As I said, no algae problems, no CO2 running in this tank. I did have CO2 in this tank when I first started it, but I did take that CO2 out about 6 months ago, and I've just sort of let the plants sort of do their own thing here. So anyways, any rescaping at all, I think will be minimal at best. I will leave the rock formations, of course, in there, probably the crypts. I may, like I said, add some things to it. But catching these fish, that's going to be interesting. But I did notice that when I try to catch fish, feeding them is about the best time to get them, especially these guys. They're just absolute gluttons for food. If you put some pellet type food in here, you can probably hang out at the top here with a net, a couple of nets actually. I always use 2 nets when I'm trying to catch fish. That way I don't hurt them. But I think that just you could probably scoop up 4 or 5 of them at a time if you did it during a feeding session. Anyways, just wanted to give you a tank update on this Landen 20-gallon, and just let you know that I am going to be rescaping it here soon. When I do, I will be showing you exactly what I'm going to do with this tank and hopefully you'll leave some comments for me, you'll subscribe, and also give me a thumbs up. Anyways, this is George with the Art of Water, and again, this is just a tank update, and we'll talk again soon.